I've seen Kyle win an eating contest.
I have won an eating contest.
Yeah. Really? What was the food?
Cheeseburgers. Dry cheeseburgers, no condiments. I wanted mustard so badly.
On a bun?
We had to eat the buns too.
In fairness, Kyle won because I chose not to compete.
Thank you. Thank you for my win.
I was watching you and Joe Lozon up there, and I'm like, these guys, these guys don't know burgers.
They're eating one at a time. That guy's chewing.
Yeah, that guy's chewing.
The whole eating competition scene is corrupt, though. You saw they banned Joey Chestnut. He's not allowed to eat hot dogs.
I saw that, and that's
is he going straight up against Kobayashi or whatever?
He has like all the records.
Joey Chestnut is destroying Kobayashi at this point. I don't think Kobayashi can even compete now.
I thought they had an event coming up together soon.
Oh, maybe like an exhibition match for the
I'm not claiming one's better than the other, just that there's an exhibition match coming up. I could Google it.
I think you might be right, but I did see that like banning Joey Chestnut would be like banning LeBron from a basketball competition or fucking Gretzky from a hockey competition. Like they showed a graph of like what the amount of dogs it took to win over the past 10 years were, and this year's without Joey Chestnut was like a full 10 hot dogs.
10 dogs less.
Yeah, it's like he was breaking 70.
September 2nd, these two are going to face off.
Oh, that's cool.
I got my money on Mr. Chestnut.
Well, you know why he got banned though, right?
I don't.
Because he's been hawking fake meat dogs, and the Nathan's people are upset. You know, like the Beyond Dog or the Impossible Dog or whatever you want to call it.
Ew.
They're like, hey man, but he wasn't like, I don't know, maybe he was gonna wear their t-shirt on stage. I don't know exactly what it was behind the scenes, but if you can eat the most hot dogs, that's it. You can't go, you can't.
Was he trying maybe to be like, I'll do the contest, but I'll eat tofurkey or some shit. I'm not eating the Nathan's dogs.
It's really unclear.
Okay.
It wasn't just that like Nathan's is like, I'm not going to make this guy famous if he's going to launch a competitor to us.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seemed like. That it was kind of like, well, if he's working for the competitor, but it's like,
okay, well, this seems totally fair now.
That is fair now. I mean, like if you're running the major hot dog contest, now you got rules about who can take an endorsement from who.
Yep.
Does anyone watch Nathan's hot dog
companies?
Have you ever watched the Nathan's hot dog competition? I got to go buy some Nathan's hot dogs right now.
I've honestly never watched one. It's a little gross to me when they start getting the wet, soggy buns and they're slurping them all up.
That's fair.
Someone always vomits, and it's like, I don't even like hot dogs that much. I've never eaten more than 3 in my whole life. You guys are making a huge life decision problem here. This is a bad idea. That's so many nitrates. You can't eat 17 Nathan's hot dogs and walk away.
17? No, you can't eat 17. They'll laugh you off the stage. You have to eat 65.
65, good God.
Pushing 70, right?
I agree with everything Kyle said. And also, I think hot dogs are perhaps one of the most boring eating contest things that you could put in there. I need to see you eat some like red hot peppers. That's what I want. Some sort of ghost pepper eating contest.
Ice cream. That's the one.
Oh, with the ice. I didn't think about the ice cream headaches.
They're screaming with ice cream headaches.
Talk about vomiting, dude. You want him to
He's got his own spoon.
Yeah,
everybody goes, when he gets his spoon that he carved from a limb struck by lightning out, everybody goes, like he's
the natural.
That's the scoop.
Homer's super bat or whatever.
Yeah. I would love to see. Ice cream's cool because I like the freezing thing and I like the dairy vomit aspect of it as well. But hot dogs, you might as well have like a saltine eating contest. I'm not.
They have all those other things, but the thing is, Nathan's got behind and like made it big. There are ice cream eating contests, but Ben and Jerry's doesn't care. It's because Nathan's is so chill about the whole thing that we have a contest every year where people eat hot dogs, and for some reason people care. I've never cared. When that Japanese fellow started eating a lot of them, I was like, oh, that's cool. He's little and he eats a lot. And people are like following him like he's A-Rod or something. I don't get it. Like, I want to watch him eat sushi next. Why? He'll probably eat a lot of it.
He probably eat an absurd amount of it. Yeah, that's all they do.
I don't care about the eating contest. I think they're silly. I just don't care.
I don't think hot dogs are any worse than any other food for an eating contest. But I've never sat down and just watched people, because like it's like 15 minutes of just watching people chew and with their mouth open and be gross.
You know what I do watch though, and this is kind of same thing, but the YouTubers who do it, who go to a restaurant that has a challenge. It'll be like, this is the Wild Bill Steak Restaurant Challenge. You have to eat 2 baked potatoes, and they've got this prepared feast, and you have to eat exactly this. And then you usually get the meal free, but sometimes there's prize money and like a shirt and like other little items tacked on. I like those channels because these guys go from restaurant to restaurant, traveling around, breaking their little record and getting their pictures on the wall.
When I was like 16, I was at a steakhouse with my mom and my brother, and they had a 72-ounce steak that if you ate the whole thing, it was free. And I got that, and I ate probably 60 plus ounces of it. And I was like so motivated to finish it. And my mom made me stop because she was like, this is now a health concern. Like, like you have to stop. I'll pay for the steak. It's not a big deal, Taylor. And so, yeah, I only ate like
she took your
60.
glory away. She pressured you out of the big win.
I mean, I don't remember how I was feeling at the time. Probably full and looking for an excuse to not eat it. So
like a story you relate tears to your therapist. My mom stopped me from the glory of the steak challenge.
Man, I went to a steak, or this is a steakhouse that's in a number of places, and you know steakhouses, Kyle. You know 801 Chop House? Is that in Atlanta also? I know New York and LA and St. Louis and like Nashville, Chicago.
It sounds familiar, but I'm not sure. I can't think of it by like specifically now.
Dude, I'd never been to a steakhouse before where they like, before you order, like the meat man comes in and like is showing you plates with like the meat saran wrapped very neatly to the top of it and like explaining all the different special cuts and whatnot. Like, it was wild. And he's like, I'm also a sommelier. And I'm like, no questions. Like, but yeah, it was sick. Like, I'd never been somewhere that fucking nice. It blew the pants off of our other steakhouses here. It was like $90.
It is good meat when you go to one of those nice steakhouses. But when you kind of look at it, you go, man, you guys really are dressing up the fact that you just killed a cow. There's a lot of cows, you know, like they kind of have to justify charging you $200 for a steak that you get at the grocery store for $15. They're like,
these were super special cows.
Yeah.
I didn't get caught up in the Wagyu nonsense. I texted Kyle about it and was like, this is like $40 an ounce. So I'd need to like pay $1,000 for a reasonably sized steak or something.
They tried to convince us that
most of that Wagyu is not actually Wagyu.
4 ounces is enough. Like when it's Wagyu, it's different.
I think they're acting like it's so rich it's going to make you ill if you eat a fucking 16-ounce Wagyu steak, and maybe it is. I still think that's the way to go. Instead of getting 3 ounces of Wagyu, get like a 30-day dry aged ribeye. And like that thing's going to be so much better, especially like a bone-in tomahawk, Cajun ribeye type thing, like something fancy that's going to be still a $95 fucking steak. And it's going to be big, and you're going to feel like you've spent your $95 well. But when they come out with those 3 little slivers of Wagyu, it's a disappointing night.
It's sad. It's sad.
You're like, oh man,
was it more filling? Like in a filet mignon, I usually find 6 and 8 ounces is enough.
For a filet mignon?
I don't know. If I go to a steak restaurant, I usually haven't eaten that day because I'm ready to do like 2 or 3 sides, an appetizer, and a big steak or something. I'm here to play. So I usually get like a 16-ounce steak. If I get a filet, obviously it's not going to be 16 ounces. I don't think I've ever gotten a 16-ounce filet. That'd be big.
Yeah, I've gotten on a menu.
I don't know if you can get a.
I've gotten some fancy fillets that had like the bone and stuff like that. I like presentation. I like when the seafood appetizer comes out with like dry ice and LEDs and shit. I'm down for something like that. And I want good service. When you watch
those Salt Bay videos of the guy and he opens up the briefcase and they stamp the name of the steakhouse into it with a hot brand.
That guy's super hated.
And the guy goes, I paid $2,000 for this gold wrapped steak. And you're like, you're a moron. Why on earth?
What a
gold
retarded
leaf
thing
tastes
to do.
like literally nothing.
Is that guy disliked now? The steak man?
The internet has
everyone
turned
hates
on
Salt
him.
Bay.
So he started as this guy. I think he maybe started in Turkey, but don't quote me on that. But he had a pretty affordable, high quality restaurant that people loved. And he did a lot of presentation type stuff. You've seen him put salt on things. And then he got popular and he started like cozying up to the influencers, and his place got really expensive. And now people were overpaying, having like $2,500 meals just for the privilege of sort of saying I experienced the whole Salt Bay thing. And now it's gone super wild. People pay 10 grand for a dinner with him sometimes, and he's on the field after the World Cup victory, acting like he and Messi are like tight, and the whole world is like, "You are not in this league. Why are you even Messi is like, why are you here? How did you get here?" He's all he does is like try to steal clout off other people and pimp his restaurants, and everyone hates him.
Did he kind of invent this whole like Instagram your food like influencer thing? Because anytime I see, I mean, not invent it, but it's like,
but he wrote it and perhaps made a business model.
He definitely wrote it to the top. That like the people who are paying for that $1,000 steak, none of them are not recording it and posting it to their feeds that night. Nobody goes in and goes, "Oh, that gold steak. Well, no one else will know I got it." It's like, no.
I wonder how big an influencer you have to be to get free food from him. I mean, do you have to be messy, or could you be like,
you need X
I
amount
think
of
you do have to be
followers.
messy. I think most of his money for those big things is like guys with Instagram channels going, "Oh, this will be an easy couple thousand views or whatever. I'm building my thing." That's the only time I ever see any of that is like stupid YouTube videos of I went and I got this stupid gold steak and it was terrible.
Whenever I see gold, whenever I see gold, I think it's stupid because you can't taste gold. It's genuinely just to be wasteful and gaudy and to look at. It's just the presentation of it, because gold has no fucking flavor. You're eating metal. I don't want that in there at all. I've seen
it's a complete waste.
There's like a
it's fun in
milkshake.
Goldschlager.
There's like a milkshake or an ice cream sundae at this restaurant, and they charge like it might be $900 for the fucking thing. And it's got I know there's a lot of gold involved with it. And I remember watching the video and being like, man, the chocolates from every region of the planet, handpicked by Mongolian shepherd boys who've never seen a pussy before. Like, but then they get to the end and he like puts a bunch of fucking gold in there. And I'm like, well, all right, if you put $700 worth of gold into a $200 milkshake, I get your point. Yeah, it gets expensive. I hate that.
I just found a video of Salt Bay doing some gold steak shit for Messi, and Messi just looks like baffled.
Annoyed,
like what like smiling politely, but like what's happening here? Like, I could buy you and your family and your restaurant in this city, and then I could turn it all into a gold steak. Like, just make me a regular steak.
That's what you want, right? You want a patron out there who's gonna be like, you're my guy. Let me just buy everything you have, and then you
like
just
a Saudi prince.
Yeah, exactly. You want that Saudi prince to come in and just take you to Dubai and pee on you in a hotel room.
Yeah,
no, that's
he'll give me pretty linens to wear.
No, that's what I want.
Oh, is it?
No, that's what I want.
Yeah, don't put words in my mouth. That's what I want. You were right the first time.
Yeah, have you seen Mr. Super Wow?
I don't know who that is.
That.
He's a guy who decided he's like a midget, but he dresses up like Salt Bay and he goes around the restaurant doing all the same shit. It's better.
That is better.
Oh, that's okay. I just found this. This is funny.